Welcome back to the Detroit Tigers franchise on MLB the Show. I am your host, longtime listener. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and comment below. As you remember from our previous episode, the Tigers are trailing in the ALCS 2-1 as we go back to Tropicana Field for Game 4 in pretty much a must-win, where if the Tigers lose, you're down 3-1 in the series with another game yet to go on the road before you head back to Detroit. So this is a big win needed for the Tigers here, as we're going to square off against Charlie Morton, the veteran right-hander, who in this video series we have had some success with. Obviously, this is the first time we're going to face him in the playoffs, as the veteran righty looks to get it going early, and he's going to start things off against Travis Jankowski. Throws that nasty curveball that he still has, and it is a strikeout right away. The Rays right-hander is settling in, but then it's Lawrence Walker who has just been raking in the playoffs, and he's taken that ball into the right center field gap. That's going to be a stand-up double and a runner in scoring position, one away for Michael Brantley. And on a 2-0 pitch, it's a fastball on the outside corner. He gets under this, lifts a pop-up into foul territory down the third base line, and that's the second out. That gives us a chance to look at the starting lineups. It's Jankowski, Walker, and Brantley in the outfield. Kohler at first, Marwin Gonzalez at short, Noisy DHing, Jason Castro doing the catching, Bodie at third, and Goodrum at second. And those last two guys have not been swinging the bat all that well, but we'll see how things go. Next batter is Burt Kohler, and he hits a ground ball to second, and that's going to do it for the Tigers in the first. As now we look at the starter for the Tigers, it is rookie right-hander Casey Mize, who you remember we brought in Game 1 earlier in the series just to try and showcase him a little bit and see how we felt with him on the hill in a playoff atmosphere. He did well, and he's earned himself the start in this one, and he's going to get off to a good start as he gets a routine fly into right field handled by Walker for the first out. And now we will look at the Rays lineup for the day, as it was Whit Merrifield starting things off at second, Ronald Samuel playing third base, Austin Meadows in right, Brandon Lowe DHing, Willie Adames at short, Cooper at first, Santander in left, Bo Naylor catching, and Kevin Kiermaier rounding things off in center field. Next batter is Samuel, a 1-2 pitch to him. He's frozen on a fastball up in the zone there. That's the second out. And now we look at the bracket. The NLCS is now 3 games for the Dodgers, as they are ahead of Washington, looking to close them out as they go back to LA in that one. Then it was Austin Meadows with 2 down. Fastball down, but looks like a strike, and that's going to be a theme as you will see throughout this episode. There's a splitter down out of the zone, though, with 2 strikes, gets him to swing and miss, and Mize has a couple of Ks in the first inning as we head to the second, still scoreless here in Tampa. Starting things off is Marwin Gonzalez. He gets a pitch to hit, lifts one deep to right center field, but this ball is going to be caught just shy of the wall for the first out, so it's just a long, loud out there, and then it's Nweze hitting a ball to the right side. Diving catch by Merrifield. Nice play here. We'll take another look. This ball was hit pretty hard, but he took one away from Noisy as he lays out full extension, catches it on the short hop, gets to one knee, and throws him out for the second out of the inning. And the Tigers would go scoreless. Now on to the second. It's a walk to Lowe to start the inning. So a base runner on with nobody out. Then it's Willie Adames. He's going into center field, and that ball is going to get down in front of Jankowski, so it's going to be first and second, still nobody out. So Mize in some trouble here. He is going to get a ground ball from Cooper. Nice play from Goodrum, and a great turn there to get the 4-6-3 double play. So now it's 2 away and a runner on third, and that's going to bring up Anthony Santander. 0-2 pitch to him. He chased a splitter down in the dirt. Castro sends it on down to first, and that will retire the side, as Mize able to get out of a jam there, and we are still scoreless as we head to the third inning. Starting things off in the third is David Bodie. He hits one up the middle. Adames kind of looks like he takes his time there, and Bodie looks like he beat it out, but they call him out on the play. Now the Tigers are going to say, no, we got to look at this one again. And this is a big decision because it's going to be a runner on first with nobody out instead of one out and nobody on. Now the next batter is Nico Goodrum. Looks like another strike, but again called a ball. He would be retired, but then on a 2-0 pitch, Jankowski drops down a perfect bunt to make it first and second, one away in the inning on the bunt single from Jankowski. So a chance here for the Tigers. Then it's Lawrence Walker. That pitch looks pretty good. Called a ball. Later in the at-bat, 3-1. Inside and low for ball 4. So the bases are going to be loaded now for Michael Brantley on a 1-1 pitch. A hanging curve. He hits it deep to right, but it hooks foul. And then the next pitch, he golfs one deep to right center, and that ball is gone. It is going to be 4-0 Tigers on the grand slam from Michael Brantley. Huge home run there, as it is now a 4-run lead for the Tigers in a ball game that they really need to win. That ball going 425 feet, a no-doubter. We'll take another look at the swing as Brantley puts a charge into this one, and this finish has an awful lot of Barry Bonds in that finish, in the follow-through. Love the swing from Brantley, as he has had a tremendous year for the Tigers, and he puts them out in front by a lead of 4-0. Next batter, up and in on Kohler. Curious there, but surely no intent. Regardless, Kohler says, all right, you want to hit me, I'm going to steal second. So he's in the scoring position. And later in the inning with 2 down, it's Sheldon Noisy. Pitch to hit right there. It's down the middle. He lifts it deep to right field, but that's going to be well short of the wall. Caught for the final out. But Morton throwing a lot of pitches in the middle of the zone as he's being squeezed a little bit. We are going to the bottom of the 4th now, 4-0 Tigers, thanks to the grand slam from Michael Brantley. Casey Mize back to work. It's Bo Naylor, first batter of the inning on an 0-1 pitch. That ball gets too much of the plate. He hits it deep to left, and that's going to be gone. So it's 4-1 on the solo shot from Naylor going opposite field, and that is going to certainly help keep the crowd in this one. It's now 4-1, a 3-run deficit for the Rays as they cut into the lead. The next batter is Kevin Kiermaier. Good bounce back from Casey Mize as he gets the swing and strikeout on the slurve down and in. That's the 4th K already for Mize. Next batter, Whit Merrifield. He hits one down the right field line. Diving stop by Kohler, who's going to step on the bag for the second out, and a nice play there. Then it's Ronald Samuel. 1-2 pitch to him is a splitter down out of the zone to get him swinging. 5 Ks for Mize. But Bo Naylor gets the Rays on the board with the opposite field solo shot. So after 3, it is 4-1 here in Tampa. On to the 4th, it's Jason Castro starting things off. Wouldn't you know it, there's a pitch that looks like a strike but called a ball. Then later in the at-bat, 2-1, he hits one back up the middle into center field, and it's a leadoff single. So the Tigers in business here as they look to get that run back that the Rays put up to make it 4-1. And that's the start that they were looking for. David Bodie, pitch that looks like a strike, called a ball. Now later in the at-bat, he swings through a cutter on the outside corner. Nice pitch from Charlie Morton for his 2nd K of the ball game. Then it's Nico Goodrum. Hanging curve here. He hits it deep to center field. This ball is way back. Kevin Kiermaier, a nice catch on the run for the 2nd out of the inning, and that was big. Now with 2 down, it's Jankowski. Hanging curve from Morton. He hits that into left field. It's going to be 1st and 2nd, 2 down, and that brings up Lawrence Walker. 3-2 pitch to him is a curve just down low out of the zone, and that's going to load the bases now. Michael Brantley coming back up after hitting a grand slam last inning. 1-1 pitch to him is a curve, hanging, and he has done it again. It is going to be 8-1 Tigers. Michael Brantley with his 2nd grand slam in as many innings in a playoff game. Somebody look that up and see how often stuff like that happens, as a 377-foot shot has opened this thing one up. It is now 8-1 as you get another look at the swing there. Yet another no-doubter for Brantley as he is having a heck of a day. 8 runs driven in, and we're just in the 4th inning, and that's going to do it for Charlie Morton. Rough go for him, 3 2/3. Going to be 8 earned runs to his credit thanks to those 2 grand salamis from Brantley. And Jesse Hahn coming on. He has pitched well so far in the playoffs and had a great outing a few days ago where he had to come in just the 1st inning. So he's actually kind of pitching on short rest, considering he went 5+ innings in that outing. But the first batter he faces, Bert Kohler. 0-2 pitch. He's going yard. That ball is a high, towering shot to make it 9-1. 414 feet, his 2nd of the playoffs, I believe. 1st of the ALCS. as the Tigers are ahead by 8 in this one, and the Rays are going to need to get something going. So we're on to the fourth now, or bottom of the fourth, and it's a hard hit ball here. Looks like Bodie had a chance to glove that one, but Meadows is going to be on with an infield single. And then the next batter is Willie Adames. He looks at a slurve that looked like a strike, called a ball. Now 2-2 in the count. There's the pitch. It's hit deep to right field. That ball is back. Walker looking up, and it is gone. So the Rays trying to stay in this thing as they make it 9-3 on the 2-run shot from Willie Adames. This guy used to be in the Tigers organization, and in the video series, he has just torn us apart as he is trying to keep the Rays in this ball game. Next batter, actually later in the inning with 2 outs, he's going to get a swing and strikeout on Santander. So Mize able to kind of bounce back and recover there. Onto the top of the 5th, it's Castro swinging through a fastball up out of the zone for the strikeout. And they would go scoreless in their half. Onto the bottom of the 5th, Casey Mize still out there. He gets Kiermaier swinging for his 7th K of the ball game. Mize doing a good job now trying to just kind of keep the Tigers out in front. Here's Nico Goodrum in the top of the 6th, hitting the ball hard yet again, but nothing to show for it as it's going to be caught out in right field. Then it's Jankowski. 3-0 pitch is low for ball 4. It's a 6-run lead in the 6th with Jankowski with speed. The Tigers not comfortable with that lead. They put him in motion. He is into second base with the steal. Now with 2 down, it's Michael Brantley again, but he's going to just roll over one here in another RBI opportunity. That's going to keep it at 9-3 as we head to the bottom of the 6th, and the Tigers are now going to turn to Tarek Skubal, who also pitched very well for the Tigers in relief. He went 3 innings in his 1 appearance, no hits, struck out 4 and walked only 1. And with 2 down in the inning, it's Brandon Lowe taking one back up the middle on a 3-2 pitch for a 2-out single. So the Rays have a runner on now for Willie Adames. 2-2 pitch to him is 97 miles an hour up and in to get blown by him. That would end the threat in the 6th. We go on to the 7th, still 9-3 in this one. Burke Puller now, the leadoff hitter in the 7th. A 2-0 pitch that is belt high down the middle. He hits it deep to center field, but that one is going to come up short as he just missed that one. So it is still 9-3. Now 2 outs in the 7th for Sheldon Noisy, swinging through a changeup for the final out. We're heading to the stretch, 9-3. The Rays are going to have to get something going quickly if they're going to get back into this. Skubal's still out there. He's going to get a swing and strike out there with 1 away. It's thrown down to first to put him down for the 2nd out. The next batter is Bo Naylor. 1-2 pitch to him is going to be chopped back up the middle. That's going to get through into center field for a 2-out single. So the Rays hoping to rally with 2 down here. It's Kevin Kiermaier, 0-1 pitch, rolled over to second base, handled by Goodrum, and that does it for the Rays in the 7th. We go on to the bottom of the 8th now. Skubal's still out there. It's Whit Merrifield taking one back up the middle. An 0-2 pitch that Skubal certainly wanted to be down out of the zone, but he leaves it up, and that's a leadoff single. Next batter, Ronald Samuel, wasted no time. He's going back up the middle on the first pitch to make it 1st and 2nd with nobody out. And now the Tigers are going to turn to Tony Watson, the veteran left-hander, his first appearance of this playoffs. But this is a guy that's got a lot of experience, and they just need him to just register a couple of outs. With a 6-run lead, you don't have to be perfect, but you can't be ugly. First batter he's facing is Austin Meadows. Ground ball to second. Probably would have been a double play, but juggled by Goodrum. They get the out at first, but now runners on 2nd and 3rd, just 1 out, and it's Brandon Lowe. He hits one back up the middle. It's handled by Gonzalez on to first for the 2nd out, but a run does come in to score. It makes it 9-4. Runner on 3rd, still 2 down, and a chance for the Rays to cut into the lead a little bit more. Willie Adames, though, is caught looking at a changeup on the outside corner. That's it for the Rays in the 8th, and the Tigers go on to win it 9-4. So they have evened the series at 2 games apiece, thanks to a huge day from Michael Brantley in this one. He goes 3 for 5 with 2 home runs, both grand slams. Drives in 8 runs on the day, scoring a couple of runs himself. Casey Mize with the win. He went 5 innings, just 4 hits and a walk. Pretty impressive numbers for him, going along with 7 Ks, but 3 earned thanks to those couple of home runs that the Rays were able to tally from Naylor and Adames. Charlie Morton, a rough day, 3 2/3 7 hits, 2 walks, just 2 strikeouts, and 8 earned runs as he gets saddled with the loss. The Tigers only had 9 hits, but that's all they needed, along with a few walks, to drive in those 9 runs. Thanks to the huge day from Brantley. You see the numbers there for the pitching staff, as Mize was pretty sharp. Skubal did a decent job. Watson and Hicks came in to just kind of close it out. So we're even at 2, as we are now going to simulate a couple of games, hoping to get it back to a Game 7 before we'll play another one. We get a final look at the line score there. The Tigers take it 9-4. 9 hits apiece for the 2 squads. But it's all even as we are going to head out to Tampa for one more game. But first, a look there as the Dodgers have jumped out to a 3-2 lead against the Nationals. And the Tigers drop Game 5 in Tampa by a score of 4-1. We had 7 hits and 5 walks, which isn't that bad, but 16 strikeouts, and a lot of them were in key situations where we just couldn't afford them. Gonzalez had 3 hits, 2 hits for Kohler, but rough days for a lot of guys up and down this lineup in terms of just strikeouts in big situations. So unfortunately, we just did not get it done at the plate in this one. Matthew Boyd pitched pretty well, but just ran out of gas in the 6th and 7th inning. And unfortunately, we just couldn't get the bats going. Kohler had a couple of doubles in the ball game, as he still continues to swing the bat pretty well in the playoffs. Again, Boyd, 6 2/3, 8 hits, 2 walks. He struck out 11. You know, that's kind of a misleading line because he was really throwing well until late in the 6th inning, and then it just kind of started to fall apart, unfortunately. Alexander given an inning and a third of good relief, trying to keep it close. But we lose this one and fall behind in the series, 3-2. You see the numbers for McKay there, 7 1/3, 5 hits, 4 walks, struck out 11, and then the bullpen coming in to get it done. It is even in the NLCS as Washington picked up the win in Game 6. So that's going to a Game 7. Now we're going to see if the Tigers can push this to Game 7, but we lose a heartbreaker 4-3 in Game 6, ending the season for the Tigers. The Rays got out to a lead, 3-0. They knocked around Jordan Balazovic in the first inning, and unfortunately, we just never could recover all the way. Balazovic kept the ball in the ballpark, but it was just too much of singles and walks to overcome early on. After he settled down, it just wasn't enough. We went with we got 8 hits on the day, 1 walk, again 12 strikeouts. That's just too many darn Ks. Noisy had a good day with a double and a home run. We got solo ribbies from Noisy, Rogers, and Bodie. Blake Snell pitched pretty well, 6 2/3, 7 hits and a walk, struck out 10, 3 earned, and then the bullpen coming in doing a very good job for them to shut this down again. And that would end the Tigers season. A quick look though first, I guess, at the pitching line for the Tigers, as Jordan Balazovic, 8 hits and a walk, 3 strikeouts, 4 earned. Most of that activity was in the first inning and early into the second. Tim Meza did a good job. Alexander and Vizcaíno, those guys did a valiant job trying to keep it close, but unfortunately we just could not get back in this one. So that's it for the season. We're going to show you the World Series. The Dodgers took Game 7 against the Nationals, so we're going to sim through each game of the World Series. It's the Dodgers in Game 1, and then it's again the Dodgers in Game 2. There's a day off, and then it's the Dodgers in Game 3, and wouldn't you know it, the Dodgers have swept the Rays to win the World Series. Brandon Lowe, the American League MVP in the postseason, although he only hit .275 with 1 homer. That's kind of weird. Max Muncy, .286, 6 homers, is the National League postseason MVP, and Jonathan Villar gets it for the World Series, hitting .353 with a homer and 3 driven in the Fall Classic. We will look real quickly at retirements before we wrap up this episode. I kind of forgot to do it last season because I got pissed off when Miguel Cabrera retired, but I do want to show you some just kind of notable retirements throughout the league. The first one being Dustin Pedroia, 37 years old, but he only played 25 games since 2017 and was pretty bad in those games and didn't play at all in 2021. So he's hanging him up. But a really good career from the second baseman for the Dodgers. There's Kendry Morales, Pablo Sandoval, Gordon Beckham. Let's see who else. That's it for players that were, on major league rosters, or at least, major league organizations. Now some free agents here that are notable. Tyler Clippard. There's Nelson Cruz, 41-year-old. It seemed like Father Time was never going to catch up with this guy, but he was not signed to a major league organization in 2021. He was 267 and 19 homers in 2020, but just kind of starting to fall off. There's Chris Davis. Let's see who else. Zach Duke, notable. Edwin Encarnacion, 39 years old. He hit 446 home runs in the majors. Pretty impressive. And, you look at his season in 2020, he hit 32 home runs, which is right in line with kind of where he had been over the previous couple of seasons. So interesting that nobody signed him to a one-year deal. Farther down the list here, let's see. There's Brett Gardner, the longtime Yankee. Luke Gregerson, Jeremy Hellickson, Matt Joyce, Matt Kemp, interesting. Let's see, Nick Markakis. There's Yadier Molina. He was 39 years old, didn't play this year. Hall of Fame career, in my opinion, in terms of just his defensive skills, but I'm sure MLB The Show will neglect to give him that recognition. But anyway, probably one of the best catchers of this generation. Actually, not probably, definitely. And then let's see who else we have farther down the list here. Kurt Suzuki. Oh, Tim Tebow. Not that anybody really should care, but just kind of interesting. And Pat Venditte, the ambidextrous pitcher, hanging him up at the age of 35. And guys, that is going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Drop a like, subscribe, comment below. We'll have off-season action in the next episode, so we will see you all next time.